Book of Prism. Prism / Prism / noun control plane. One-click management and interface for data center operations. Building a beautiful, empathetic, and intuitive product is core to the Nutanix platform, and something we take very seriously. This section will cover our design methodologies and how we iterate on design. You can download the Nutanix Visio stencils here, http://www.visiocafe.com/newton9.htm. Chapters: Architecture, Navigation, Features and Usage, APIs and Interfaces. Architecture. Prism is a distributed resource management platform which allows users to manage and monitor objects and services across their Nutanix environment, whether hosted locally or in the cloud. These capabilities are broken down into two key categories: interfaces, HTML5 UI, REST API, CLI, PowerShell CMS, etc. Management capabilities. Platform management, VM/container CRUD, policy definition and compliance, service design and status, analytics, and monitoring. The following figure illustrates the conceptual nature of Prism as part of the Nutanix platform. High-level Prism architecture. High-level Prism architecture. Prism is broken down into two main components. Prism Central, PC. Multi-cluster manager responsible for managing multiple Nutanix clusters to provide a single, centralized management interface. Prism Central is an optional software appliance, VM, which can be deployed in addition to the AOS cluster, can run on it. One-to-many cluster manager. Prism Element, PE. Lock.
Na-realize ko lang kung bakit dapat yung binibigay sa ating manok.
Prism Element,
Nagdadalawa sila ng manok.
Localized cluster manager responsible for local cluster management and operations. Every Nutanix cluster has Prism Element built in. One-to-one cluster manager. The figure shows an image illustrating the conceptual relationship between Prism Central and Prism Element Prism architecture. Pro tip: for larger or distributed deployments, e.g. more than one cluster or multiple sites, it is recommended to use Prism Central to simplify operations and provide a single management UI for all clusters/sites. Prism Services. A Prism service runs on every CVM with an elected Prism leader which is responsible for handling HTTP requests. Similar to other components which have a leader, if the Prism leader fails, a new one will be elected. When a CDM, which is not the Prism leader, gets a HTTP request, it will permanently redirect the request to the current Prism leader using HTTP response status code 301. Here we show a conceptual view of the Prism services and how HTTP requests are.
Yun nga yung gagawin ko.
Prism services request handling. Prism ports. Prism listens on ports 80 and 9440. If HTTP traffic comes in on port 80, it is redirected to HTTPS on port 9440. When using the cluster external IP recommended, it will always be hosted by the current Prism leader. In the event of a Prism leader failure, the cluster IP will be assumed by the newly elected Prism leader, and a gratuitous ARP, GARP, will be used to clean any stale ARP cache entries. In this scenario, any time the cluster IP is used to access Prism, no redirection is necessary, as that will already be the Prism leader. Pro tip: you can determine the current Prism leader by running the following command on any CDM. curl localhost 2019/prism/leader. Authentication and access control, RBAC. Authentication. Prism currently supports integrations with the following authentication providers: Prism Element, PE. Local. Active Directory. LDAP. Prism Central, PC. Local. Active Directory. LDAP. SAML-auth, IDP. SAML/2FA. SAML-auth allows pre-